tell us about the Star Wars.
Uh-oh, you had to go there. The man's on a roll.
Star Wars Christmas special.
The holiday special.
Holiday special.
Okay.
The Star Wars holiday special.
Do a lot of people ask you about this, Steve? Has it come up?
All the time, almost as much as Elvis. The truth is, and it's going to shock you, Gilbert, it's going to shock you probably the most hearing you laugh. I loved it. I had a great experience.
Bless your heart.
Well, first of all, I think CBS, what a lot of people don't know is that George Lucas ended up somehow with all the rights to merchandising for Star Wars 1 movie.
Yeah.
He wanted to, and made a deal with Kenner Toys to sell Star Wars toys to kids, naturally. What he failed to do and what CBS failed to do is tell the audience, this is a TV variety show, for a tenth, if not 100th of the budget of a big movie that Lucas would do. And we're going to fill it with variety stars like B. Arthur was in it.
Art
the
Carney.
Jefferson Starship. Art was one of the co-stars.
Harvey Korman.
We had Diane Carroll and so forth. And so when the show was aired, aiming at kids telling the story of the Chewbacca family, what I loved about it is I got to work with the entire cast of the original Star Wars movie, all of them. Mm-hmm. I got to work with a lot of Lucas's technical people who were on set during the time. The Chewbacca's, their costumes were so heavy that they could only be in them about 40 minutes out of each hour. So it certainly slowed production down when we had to give them oxygen for 10 minutes on every hour. And, I came in as a fireman. They started the production. Smith Hemian were the executive producers. A class act as far as the technical crew from television, let alone all of the Lucas people. And I got a phone call saying, hey, we're shooting at Warner Brothers in Burbank, and we're shut down because we've shot for a week, blown the budget, and we only have about 2 of the production numbers shot. Could you come in and convince CBS and Warner Brothers not to shut the production down and finish it? So I had no voice in the script opened with a good 10 to 15 minutes of the Chewbacca's.
Yes, it's very weird.
With bear sounds and
lumpy and itchy.
Well, lumpy.
Very strange, Steve.
The child was a little person who I knew very well. I think at the time she was dating John Denver from Gilligan's Island, but
Bob Denver.
She weighed about She weighed about to begin with no more than 80 pounds. I think when we finished the production, she was probably down to 45 pounds or something.
Wait a
like
second.
that.
Wait a second. There was a little person in the Chewbacca uniform, costume.
It.
Excuse me, and that person was dating Bob Denver.
You got it. Yeah, and a wonderful. I loved her. I mean, she was great.
So Bob Denver was into some weird.
Hey, I directed 2 Gilligan's Islands. I want you to know.
Yes, you did direct Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
Now, how did the cast of Star Wars feel about the special?
I'm going to shock you and tell you we had a great time, all of us. There wasn't one. The only negative anything that I heard was that at the time, and I understand that George ended up doing right and giving certain actors a little piece of the pie when it came to nobody expected Star Wars to be such a huge iconic hit.
Always turned down everywhere before he went up with Fox.
And Fox didn't want to finish the film. And that's how he got the merchandising rights. They actually went to him and said,
amazing,
we want to stop production unless you'll pay for the ending and we'll give you the merchandising rights. But anyway, it was really a case of where had they told the audience to begin with, don't expect Star Wars 2, the movie, but this is a children's television special in prime time for 2 hours, and it's a variety show with a variety budget. And so there are, I've seen over the years, because most people are, oh, Steve, I'm so sorry you had to direct this Star Wars holiday special, but But the truth is, I had a great experience. I loved working with everybody on it, and I learned a whole lot. I mean, that's the great thing about my career. To this day, if I'm doing a show, I'm going to learn something. I'm not just going to come in and phone it in because I did that,